Hey babes, I'm Alexis.
And I'm Lanette.
And this is Getting the D, episode 18. We have coffee today, you guys.
Yeah, it's morning.
It's morning. This is a morning film sesh, which we actually am really liking so far.
I love it. I texted you this morning and was like, I am in yap mode, baby.
We are 3 shots of espresso deep.
Oh, yeah, I've already had 2 coffees. And then you brought another coffee. And
there's 2 types of coffee people. The light color and the dark color.
Yeah, I like mine like a nice like level 7.
Oh, she's giving reference. I would say that's a 9, babe. But yeah, we can work on that. It matches your outfit really great, though.
Yeah, I guess that is.
It's beautiful. But, you know, we're starting peppy today.
Yeah.
We're starting chatty today. So how's your week? How was your weekend? How'd it go?
So many things happened. Mm-hmm. My whole family met my boyfriend.
Oh, my goodness.
He's already met my mom. But I was like a little bit nervous because my family can be like a lot at once.
Yeah.
It's also very different from his family because every single person in my family has been divorced at least once.
Yeah.
Whereas his family, like, no one has ever been divorced. So I was like, we're like a little feral.
Yeah.
We're like wild. And it went great. My mom like loves him. I have pictures of him and my mom like just kikiing, like hanging out. Like they had these disposable. They had these like or like the Polaroid cameras.
Yeah.
I have pictures of like him and my mom like posing,
Aww.
taking like pictures. It's so cute. So yeah, it went.
You guys looked so good.
Thank you.
Like beautiful. I'll have to put a photo up. This lady in red over here red is good on you.
Thank you.
Really good on you. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, and we survived total of 10 hours driving together. And it was actually great. Like,
good.
It was, I mean, I slept for part of the ride home because I was really hungover. But
did he drive the whole time?
Yes.
That's nice.
Even though we said we were going to split it. I hate driving.
I don't like distance driving at all.
No,
I really don't. I'm not a fan.
Like over 2 hours, I'm like, can we fly?
I agree.
Is there a train?
Like Boston, like I'll take the 45-minute flight. I don't need to take the train. I don't need to drive there. I'm good.
I don't like driving. And I don't know. But he made it easy. Like it wasn't bad. Yeah. Like
when did you get back?
Ate snacks and listened to music and played games. It was funny.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's a nice bonding moment because you're forced to just be in one space for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I love that.
Yeah. But sometimes I'm like, why aren't you giving me attention? And I'm like, oh, you're fucking driving.
You need to pay attention to the road, ma'am. You need to pay attention to the road.
I know.
That's awesome. I love that. I'm glad it went well.
Yeah.
When did we get back? Saturday? Sunday?
Saturday.
Okay. Nice.
And then, another big thing that has changed this week that I feel like you'll be so proud of me for. So you won't be proud of me for this, but I got the Aura ring. The tracker.
I forgot about. So, okay.
Okay.
I forgot about this. How are you feeling about it so far?
Okay, great. But here's the thing. It tracks your sleep.
Yes, it does.
And I am such like a people pleaser that I just want my ring to be happy with it.
Not the ring.
So
not the robot ring.
I was cracking up because last week my boyfriend was like, I don't know, it was like late or something. And I was like, I have to go home and go to bed. And he was like, yes, make your Aura ring happy. Go home and go to bed. And I was like, I am.
That's exactly why.
But if this is the accountability that I need,
then great.
Then it's great. Oh my God. On Saturday night, you'll be so proud. I slept 12 hours.
That's incredible. Are you getting to bed earlier per se or
yes.
no? Okay.
Like
good.
9 p.m.
Wow.
Yeah. And it's been so
Let me see it because I wanted to see it in person. My sister-in-law has one too.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. No, it looks really good on your hand. I feel like some of them look really big.
It is,
but it
bulky.
Looks good. Like I like it.
I think it
goes with your ring collection.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I think, and I'm not even saying it like I'm not saying like, oh, I'm big or whatever, but I think I'm like big enough to hold a ring this big. Like I think my hands are pretty big.
Yeah, but you have like a daintier finger. Exactly. It looks a little heavy.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, that can make sense.
But anyway, the sleep has been good. And I feel so much better, which I know, but I like.
What else does it track? I was looking into this recently.
So it does like a readiness score based on like how much you've slept, how much, like how your heart rate varied during the night.
Yeah.
What time you went to bed, like how much activity you did the day before, like your temperature, your cycle, like your menstrual cycle it tracks, like everything. So it'll give you like a daily readiness score.
Yeah.
Which is kind of a blessing and a curse, because if you wake up and you're like, oh, I feel so good, and then your readiness score is low, it kind of becomes like a self-fulfilling prophecy where you're like, oh, wait, I feel like shit.
You're like, Ohrring, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, no, tell me I'm ready to go. Take on the day, because I have
feel
to.
It.
Like,
so
I
don't care what you say.
Either way.
Ring. You have to like, you have to, it's some balance with it, I'm sure. Because you can get obsessed. My sister-in-law was like, you can get obsessed with your results. And you want to keep like maxing out, even with your steps. Like there's all the stuff it tracks.
You know what direction I'm going.
Stats, baby.
Obsessed.
Stats.
I love stats.
We love stats.
Yeah. So
I like it for ovulation.
It apparently does like cycle tracking.
Yeah, like all of that.
To the T.
Because it kind of can be, I did read this, like replaced for like sort of a birth control.
Yes.
Yeah, which is nice.
Yeah, like you can just do cycle tracking instead. Yeah. And because it monitors temperature.
It's really specific.
I guess is how
you can tell.
Cycle track.
You can tell you're ovulating too. Yeah.
I thought that to cycle track appropriately, you had to put a thermometer up your vagina. I'm not even fucking kidding.
Okay.
And I'm a nurse, and that's not true.
I don't know. I think a lot of us don't know as much as we should.
I thought you needed a core body temp.
I don't know. I guess not. Just the finger.
So anyway,
just the finger.
That's what's going on.
All right, cool. I love that.
How was your week?
It was good. It was a lot less crazy. Not crazy, but just active.
You're a busy girl.
Less active. It was the birthday weekend, but it was still nice. It was nice to more just like chill, made some dinner like together, stayed in a little bit more. Went to the movies. Haven't been in the movies in forever.
Wait, what did you see? Because I kind of want to go to the movies.
It Ends With Us.
Oh, okay.
We saw that. It was actually
did he
really
come?
good. Yeah.
That's cute.
We did the comfy couch ones, like the comfy seat ones.
You have to.
Yeah,
There's
and he had never done that.
Way.
So I was like, what? So
yeah.
Yeah, but he was also like a little too tall for them. So he kept like, his feet were like hitting
the recliners?
The feet were like hitting the chair in front of him, kind of. But other than that.
Aww. So bad. Too tall for the recliners.
Well, I feel like someone that tall, you don't think about that. I mean, he's not.
I don't think about like anything.
Yeah, but even like airplanes, all of that. Like that's, like, it's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But it was still like, they're still comfy. But anyway, I thought it was a great movie.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. I know everyone's hating on Blake Lively right now.
Why?
There's just like a lot of like old interviews coming out about how she's like not a girl's girl and how they don't feel like this film is being portrayed like properly. They're kind of all the PR for it's like very flowery and girly and happy, where it's really about abuse, like physical abuse.
Oh,
it's like that's like the core. That's like the core of the movie, but it's such a beautiful story and message. But I thought they did a great job, especially because I read the book. So I was like, I want to see how
I would want to read it first. And then
I definitely cried. It was really good. Yeah.
Would you say it is as good as Gone Girl? Because Gone Girl is like the blueprint for like romance-y books.
Well, Gone Girl's like psycho.
Romance. I know.
It's a little psychological, where this isn't as like psychological thriller. I would say Verity, if they ever do that, will be comparable probably. But
true.
Yeah, movies, and then we like walked all over the city, like got our fitness little steps in on Sunday and had a whole Sunday, and yeah, it's been good. Amazing. Very, very chill, very nice. Nothing to report really, but other than that, yeah.
Cool.
A few episodes ago, I can't remember which one, but I do remember us speaking about like people, like elderly people talking about what they regret in their life or what they wish they would have done differently or wish they would have done more of. And I was just like sitting this weekend, like what would be really cool to talk about with us? Because if we can prevent some of that regret, quote unquote, which, you know, that was one of our fears last week. What would we do? What would we tell ourselves? So we're both 32, which is incredible. And loving the 30s. It's been great.
No, well. Yeah.
Well, you know.
No, it's good.
There's a lot of transition in your 30s, but there's also a lot of self-awareness and discovery. And
wouldn't want to be in my 20s
no.
at all.
But it made me think, like, what would I tell, say, like, my 22-year-old self? Just because it's, like, 10 years ago, but also just my younger self.
Yeah. 22 is right before I got married.
I know. I thought about that. When I said the age, I was like, that is a year before Lynette got married.
Yeah.
So that could be a weird specific year for you, but also just in general, I guess it doesn't always have to be so
like younger,
like the serious stuff. It could also be like just funny things.
Yeah,
but,
totally.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then tell me some of yours. What are your? Because I feel like there's a million things that I would want to say to that girl. She is
there's so many
different than this person.
Same.
But not in bad ways necessarily. Just like very like naive and sweet and vegan and like animal loving and very artsy. Like it was just like a very different girl.
Yeah, I think there's parts of us that I think a lot of our inner child, inner like younger self is still within us all the time. And there's parts of her that I'm like, oh, I completely disregarded her in my 20s. Like the girl I was, say, when I was like 15 or 16. Like the hopes and dreams I had then.
Oh, yeah.
Or like the visuals and like this life being so limitless kind of vibe. Which I think I still have in myself today. But in those 20s, those eras, like I definitely was... I feel like I was suppressing that a little bit just to follow the status quo of everyone else.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah. Like I remember talking to Heather and she was like, who was that 16-year-old girl?
Right.
Like it's time to tap back into her now. Yeah. Because like you let her go for a while just to follow the lead of everyone.
To
that
like
you're
fulfill
around someone else's or other people's desires and needs or whatever else seems normal. So.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. I thought that was a cool perspective of it because we're always so quick to be like, oh, that younger self was terrible and I don't ever want to go back. But there are bits and pieces of her where you're like, oh, she was actually pretty cool and had really cool ideas and allowed society or men or people just to be like, that's a little too much.
Yeah, like
dull
are you
her
sure?
sparkle.
Like that's not going to work, you know?
Yeah.
No, you have to be realistic. You need health insurance.
Yeah, like
whatever.
I remember like my freshman year of high school. Freshman year. I was dating a guy who was 4 years older than me. He was a senior. And I was like, I think I would want to go for broadcasting to college. Like I want to be either an anchor or some sort of like broadcasting person. And he completely like shit on that. And I, at the time, was so naive and was like, oh, you're right. He was like, they're going to send you to this state and, you know, Podunk, whatever, Virginia. And you're going to have to like go there and you'll never make it because of your accent and like all this stuff. So I remember him saying these things, but the way he said it didn't seem that mean. But at the time, it made me be like, you're right. Maybe I should like do a level different from that. So I went for PR instead at Temple. And I always think about that. I'm like, what if I didn't allow that to happen and I just did it?
But the thing is, I think when you're that age, particularly high school, like people who are older, even if it's a senior who's 17 or 18, like,
but looking back, you're like, they're so much wiser.
Oh my God. Do you think they know
it all?
But now I'm like, you fucking idiot.
Doesn't know shit.
Yeah. What are you doing?
And I seen him today and I'm like, ooh.
Oh yeah. No, for real though.
Doesn't look too happy. But yeah, I don't,
because he was a doubter from the jump.
Yeah. For sure. Just that negative mindset where I always have been this like, no, you can do anything you set your mind to person. And for a minute there, I kind of let her go. So I will say that. I think my first one is like to stop letting other people influence you so much in your life. Like listen to what you want and what your first intuitive thing says, even if it seems crazy, especially coming from a place of growing up with a single mom and not having all the things offered to me like on a silver platter. So
yeah. That's one of mine too, like very similarly actually. And Mom, I love you to death, but I think when you're younger and even getting older, like I do realize that my mom was really correct about so many things, but I am not my mom.
Yeah,
Me
that's
and
a
my
huge
mom
one.
are so like completely different people.
Yeah.
She's very comfortable, and she would say this, so it's not like I'm saying anything that she wouldn't say, but like she's very comfortable being comfortable.
Yep.
She's down for that.
Yep. And that's okay.
Like she just wants to like go to work, do her thing, come home, have her man. Like she just wants to have like a normal, comfy life.
Yeah.
And she didn't have that as a child. So I
this
think
feels
that's
like everything for her.
But that is not me at all. Yet she was always guiding me, how a mom does. But, you know, I think that you can take every piece of advice, everything that people say to you with a grain of salt, even if it's your mother.
Yeah, mothers have way more influence than we let ourselves realize at the time.
Yeah. What she says is like the law.
It was the Bible.
Like if my mom says it's okay to do something, it's okay. It's fine. Like,
no, I think I referenced before when we were talking about our stories and our exes, like my mom being like, well, he really loves you. Like, why would you break up with him? Like, he's a great guy. Against. He's a great person. Like, but I was like, but you're not listening to me. But at the time I didn't know how to say, no, I want this. And I'm not going to let you influence me again. Even though that wasn't her intention. She was being super sweet and just trying to think the best for me and like, you know, look out for me because she didn't want me to end up with someone like my dad. But yeah, we allow, I think, our moms to have a lot of influence or like live our mom's like dream or life or which not necessarily might not be what we want deep down. So
yeah. And I like love you, Mom. And I still like, even with my divorce, when everything happened, I called her. And when she said, if that's what you have to do, it's okay. That's what I needed to hear from her. Yeah. A twice divorced woman.
A twice divorced woman. She knows. She knows.
But
still, even I think my mom loved my mom too. But when I first told her, it was very shocking, upsetting because it was like, you just had a wedding. Like, what the fuck? Like, just happened. Yeah. And also, are you sure? Are you going to regret this? Like, I remember her questioning things that I'm questioning in my head.
Of course.
But I needed her to be like, you have to do what you got to do. And ultimately, that's what happened.
Yeah. Well, it's shocking for everyone.
Yeah.
You know.
But I also think I needed to find that like in myself. Yeah. And once I did that, I finally felt like I was released from my mom's. Like, again, she's not controlling. She's not telling me like how I need to live my life. But just like that, I don't know that
her
answer.
Ideals, like her like ideal situations and her.
Yeah. Like I finally feel like I don't have to reference my mom.
Yeah.
Like if I'm dating or if I'm doing this, like, what do you think about this? Like, I don't need to do that.
Yeah, I don't.
I love chatting and like I love venting
totally
to her, but I feel like I don't have to do it every time.
Your life is different than hers. My life is very different than my mom's. We date very different types of people. Like you're just different. You're just different people. And I think something that's actually so cool about being in your 30s is that you and your mom are just two adults now.
Yeah. And be like girlfriends finally and like talk about sex and talk about things that like I would have been like, oh my God, I'll never talk about that with her.
And but like you can respect her opinion and be like, that doesn't work for me, but that's cool for you.
Yeah. Totally. So. Yeah. I love that. Okay.
One that has been hard for me literally forever. Speaking of moms too. The like body stuff that is put into you, like as women from birth, you are taught that you have to look a certain way, be a certain size, whatever. I would tell that younger girl, like, my body is built a certain way.
Yeah.
And now in my 30s, like, I love being curvy. Like, obviously I still deal with, oh, I wish I was skinny. Oh, I wish I fit in whatever, size 4, size 6, whatever. But I just wish that I could go back and be like, hey girl, like starving yourself is so bad for you. Your body literally can't be a 0. Like you just can't. And like, I've always been tall and I've always been curvy since I was like 13, just like a little thickums.
Yeah.
And like, that's okay. That's so beautiful. Like individuality is so beautiful.
Yeah.
And like, I just wish that I didn't totally torture myself through my teenage years, my 20s, like trying to look like my really skinny friends.
Yeah.
And I'm finally now like embracing also being tall. Like I wish that when I was younger, like I was embarrassed to be tall.
I feel like women are always taught that too.
Yeah. Like you want to be like tiny, petite.
Yeah, you want to be a tiny little thing.
Yeah. But being like tall and curvy, I felt like I was taking up too much space.
Again,
you know, and
that's the issue all the time.
Yeah, but
in any way,
like, I would just tell her, like, girl, even now, like, if you and I were to eat the same exact diet for like 3 months, our bodies would still look different. Like, there's like you're just built differently, and you're human, and that's what makes you beautiful.
Yeah, no, it's true. I agree.
Like,
I feel like I was always, I don't know, I always wanted curves. So like I always wanted like a butt. I always wanted boobs. I never had those things. So it's always like we kind of wreck ourselves no matter what.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm also just like, you know what? It's fine. I love this body. Cool. It's getting me through a lot. It's going to get me through a lot the rest of my life.
Yeah.
And
Yes. I love this body now, but it was tough like growing up.
Yeah.
So
when you're younger, you just completely shit on yourself.
Yeah.
All the time with looks, everything. I had acne in high school. Like, ugh.
Yeah.
I remember looking back and being so insecure about that.
Totally.
So, oh my gosh, that's a good one. Body, stop wrecking yourselves.
Yeah. It's okay.
I think another one is like, I guess I can combine these, but don't settle down so quick and live alone.
Yeah.
I wish instead of people always saying to you like, oh, you have a boyfriend? Like, when do you think he's going to propose? Wait, how many years has it been? What's he doing? And I was like in my early 20s. I was like, I don't know. And I like went along with that instead of being like, it's fine. Like, we don't need to be married right now. But I didn't know how to say that. And not think that like that has to be the goal. But we're taught that when we're teenagers that we need to find someone. We need to like lock in. And I just wish I would have gave myself more time.
Even to be in the relationship and just be like, this is good.
Yeah.
Or not.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
And not having like this checklist, like this needs to happen next, this needs to happen, like to actually present as having it all together. I just know that was all a trauma response looking back now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wish I would have given myself more time and to live alone. I mean, I'm doing it all now, which I love. And I think it's even better now in my 30s. And I know my life was supposed to happen the way it was supposed to happen. And I don't want to ever say I regret that.
Right.
But it's definitely, I wish it's more encouraged. And I wish if you're in your early 20s, like you can realize that. Like, I hope you take that and say, okay, no, it's fine that I'm here, and stop worrying so much about finding forever. And like, you're not weird to not have a boyfriend or be on the road to engagement in your 20s. Like, it's actually way more normal, in my opinion, to not.
Your 20s, you're so young.
Yeah, like live your 20s.
Yeah,
like go travel, and even if you're broke, like go figure it out.
Like, it's not like 1940 and you go from your parents' house to your husband's house. Like, no, we have the opportunity now to like live in our 20s, like travel, hang out with your girlfriends, stay out late, do all that bullshit, and that you have so much time.
Yeah. So that's like a PSA, I would say. Like, please just embrace your 20s. It's very like happy and free and confusing, but it's
no, I mean,
but
figure that out with yourself.
Yeah, like we don't give ourselves a chance, like love ourselves first.
Right.
We automatically get with someone and then like we become them, we become each other, and then we're like, who the fuck are we? And now we're like, who are we in our 30s?
Right.
Which again, it's a beautiful journey and I'm having a great time figuring that out. It can be scary and also confusing, but yeah, I don't know if I would want it any other way. It's like a contradicting thing. But you know, it's all our journeys are our journeys, so yeah, that's definitely a huge one for me. Like, I wish it was more encouraged.
One of mine is like so similar to that, which is like, yes, travel, hang out with your girlfriends, live alone. Like, I did live alone for a little bit, but I was living between my place and my ex-husband's place because like we got together so young. But like, I encourage finding yourself first, because I found him and then I just became what I thought he wanted. Yeah. And he's 10 years older and he's incredibly smart. Like, so I was just like, oh, well, everything that he says is true, and whatever ideas he has for me must be right because he's older and wiser.
There we go again.
Yeah. Exactly. And like, just figure out who you are before you can get so heavily influenced by another person.
Yeah, it's true.
Because
same with me. I mean, 7, 8 years older than me too. And I'm like, he knows everything and I can learn from him. And it was never like me learning. Right. Or him learning from me, because I was like the younger one, I guess.
100%.
Yeah.
Like, it was always like,
you were in
you're always right. You're older, wiser. Role.
Yeah. But then when we started to mature in the relationship, we kind of swapped and we were like, wait, you're actually just.
Now that once we were like both adults and both working and both like whatever, we were kind of like, hold on a minute. I actually like don't agree with everything.
Yeah, I don't agree with everything you're saying. Yeah, because we have that power now of like just knowledge and maturity.
Yeah.
Another thing about like, I don't necessarily, we both didn't really get to date in our 20s, right? But now that we are. Yeah. I think what was we're with people now, but when we were dating, when I was dating before my boyfriend now, like realizing that you're choosing them as much as they're choosing you. So like, I remember going into dating at first and being like, oh my God, do they like me? Like, do I sound, am I like making sense? And how is he perceiving me? But it's so powerful. And I finally feel like, when I met my boyfriend, it was very much like, well, do I like him?
Totally.
And we never do that as women. No. Like, especially with dating and early dating, like we're always like, oh my God, am I okay for him? No, is he okay for me? Like, he might be hot, but like, do I think he's intelligent? Do I think he has goals? Yeah. Do I think he has like matching values as me? We don't, again, we're not taught to think like that. Right. At least I wasn't. And not that I'm expecting like my mom to teach me that, but I feel like society in general, we're meant to be like the damsel.
Well, yeah. Like if he's hot, if he has a good job, just make it fucking work.
Yeah.
Like that would be your best case scenario as a female. Yeah. And it's like, actually, no, I bring a fucking lot to the table. Yeah. And so this is also like an interview for you. Like, are you getting the job too? I don't know. We'll see. Yeah. Like, and honestly, this is a very new realization for me because before it was, oh my God, the way you said, like, whatever, you said something about like being perceived, like for a very long time. And I even still work on this, like, not living to be perceived, like other people's, not living for other people's perception of you. Yeah. Like, it really only matters what you think about yourself. Like, fuck everybody else, you know, not like that, but you know, like.
Yeah. Actually knowing how it makes you feel versus how it looks to everybody else.
Exactly.
Like, that's another big one. Yeah. That was definitely on the list too. Like, don't live your life for everyone else and how it looks to everyone. Right. But am I feeling like good about that? Am I not feeling good about that? Like, I remember in my like last relationship, that's how it was. I was like, oh my God, on paper we look perfect. And like, we had the dog, we had a beautiful wedding, we had a beautiful house. Like, but deep down I was like, I am not happy. Yeah. But I couldn't, you know, for a while, just couldn't like really come face to face with that.
Totally. Yeah. But so back to dating. Yes. Yeah. Like, yes. Do I like this person? Yeah. And yeah, because there's a lot of like very hot guys that seem, right, we're perceiving them to be super hot, cool, like have it all. And then once you start talking to them, you're like, oh, actually, you know what? That doesn't work for me.
Yeah. Oh, actually, you're like a misogynist or you're actually terrible.
But then also like having the balls to be like, nah.
Keep it moving.
You're not it for me.
It's not it. Yeah. Yeah, it's so powerful.
That shit's powerful. I was just gonna say.
Like, I remember feeling so good in my life, but you don't get there until you feel good in yourself. Yes. Like, I remember going on the first date with my boyfriend and just sitting back and like being able to be like, what do you have to offer? And I didn't say that like that, but I was essentially saying like, tell me like what do you bring to the table?
How will you enhance my life?
And what do you want? Because most people don't when you're dating. Like, they're like, I don't, you know, we'll see where it goes. And he was very sure about that. It was just like, there was a lot that you just, you know, changes when you have that kind of feeling about yourself.
I'm not to see how it goes, girl.
No, I feel it's different if you're already going into it like, okay, I'm into this for casual.
Yeah. Well, then you can see how it goes. But
you're probably not dinner dining with someone who's just casual. I mean, maybe.
Right. Well, we talked about this last week.
Dinner dining. The fuck is that?
You're not dinner dining.
What does that mean?
Very important. Girlfriend, I know it's so annoying when you got out of the shower, but moisturize your body.
Like, dead ass.
It's the most annoying thing.
It is. Lather that stuff. Nothing worse than an ashy leg.
For your future legs.
It's true.
It's
start
annoying,
then.
Though, like, moisturize your body. Stop fucking tanning. Stop tanning.
Oh, the tanning bed era.
I am from New Jersey.
Oh, goodness, yes.
South Philly.
It's yeah. And I'm Irish.
Same brand.
I don't have that type of skin to even be doing that.
You really shouldn't be.
Like, the freckles on my chest are from the tanning bed probably 10 to 15 years ago.
I'm terrified to do that thing where they like put your face in and like do
the sun damage. I would be a wreck. I would look like the tan mom underneath that light.
Oh my God, tan mom.
It would just be really bad.
I have been like lathering myself in baby oil like since I was like 12 and just laying in the sun to get as dark as possible. And like recently I've had to be like, being tan is cute. Do a fake one.
There's better ways
like
that are healthier.
Cannot be in a tanning bed. I did that for a while.
And wearing SPF like every day no matter what in the winter daily, because even if you're sitting by a window, you're getting sun exposure.
Literally.
And nobody tells you that young, because you're like, you're young.
Oh my God. Have you ever seen that picture of the truck driver?
Yeah. I told my man about that. I was like, you never saw that? He was like, what are you talking about? Where like the face that he drives or the window is, it's like all
wrinkle,
old. And then this side's fine. Like not that bad. It's just like normal. It's real shit.
No, for real.
He was like a truck driver for years. Yeah. Never wore any sunscreen. And it's kind of nuts.
Yeah.
To see the difference.
We'll have to put the photo up because that shit's crazy.
The aging.
And also, honey, your décolleté deserves everything that your face gets.
Don't neglect the deck.
Don't. Exactly.
That's the saying you should say to yourself.
Why do I always neglect
the deck?
You should write a quotes book.
But seriously, look at my freckly chest. Says. It's a freckly chest. And like, I could get laser done to this now. Like, you probably can't say it, but.
Oh, but I feel like
I am freckly and that's who I am. But sometimes I look at photos and I'm like, oh, my skin looks so clear. And I know I have some makeup on, but like it looks so not freckly, even though I think freckles are cute on the face.
No, I love them. Yeah.
But yeah, it's
I
like.
understand.
Yeah. It's like, you see where I'm like, okay, well, I can get laser done now, but to prevent that, just please.
Just do
wear your SPF.
Favor. Yeah. And you know what? Back to the, like, just all of your regular skincare, including like your retinols, your serums, everything needs to come down the neck, because the neck will look like shit if you don't start taking care of it. Like,
no, yeah. Like first of all, we're already battling text neck as it is, right? These days.
What?
Text neck.
What's that?
Wait, really?
Yeah.
When you're looking down your phone, you get the lines. And we're all developing these lines because we're always at like a degree that is not okay with our phones. And then you get the hump in the back. So they recommend you should be looking at your phone and just with or if it's down here, just with your eyes. You look down with the eyes. But you're not supposed to be like this all the time. Because then we're going to have gobble necks by the time we're 50.
Fucking text neck.
Text neck. The more you know.
I have never heard that in my life.
Wait, really?
No.
Oh,
but
it's
it makes
real.
sense though.
It's so
it
real.
Totally makes sense.
Yeah. No, it's so real.
Oh my God. Okay.
So that too, because your generation is so absolutely.
yeah. Younger Lanette. Come on, girl.
But even now, like if you're 20 years old now, like all you ever known was a cell phone. All you ever known was like a tablet or anything. Right. So you're constantly looking down.
You're text necking constantly.
And you're crushing your spine. So
yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. No, the hump.
And
really
the posture.
have to be, like, mindful of that.
Yeah. Keep your posture. That's a really good one too.
Yeah.
Check that posture.
Okay. Wait. But for the décolleté, do you know what I'm very nervous about?
What?
You know when typically women with bigger boobs get creasy in here.
Oh.
Like it gets like wrinkly right here. Mm-hmm. I'll have to have like a full upper body lift.
Yeah.
I can't have that. So I'm hitting the décolleté.
Upper body lift.
Like just from every place. Like
I think honestly, even if you don't have big boobs, you probably are prone to that if there's a lot of sun exposure. Just like saggy skin.
Yes.
Ugh.
Yeah, so whatever prevention you can start doing as young as possible.
And I want to add to that too. I feel like it's controversial to say, but you don't need Botox at 22.
I don't think that's controversial. That is factual.
But I just don't, I feel like I'm seeing and hearing these young girls in their early 20s being like, I can use a little bit. Sis, you don't need Botox.
Just because Kylie Jenner did it, like it's not for normal people.
Just get some facials.
Literally get facials, use your sunscreen, ride that shit out.
And because then it becomes a habit and it's expensive. Like I'm still trying to like push it off as long as possible, but we know it's going to hit sometime soon. But it's just like, don't do that early.
Are you using retinol at least?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Definitely use retinol at least in your late 20s, early 30s. Start doing that. Start doing that stuff.
Yeah, the Botox bug is coming for you, but I'm not saying that you need it, but
no, I know.
She's approaching.
She's gonna approach.
The time's approaching. You've never had it?
Never.
Wow.
I call my bangs my Botox.
Yeah.
Because I don't.
You get facials though. Like
you're
really, really good
at
taking care of your skin.
I get that face beat up a lot.
But, no, it looks great.
Just also pay attention to the neck. That is a huge thing. I'll go right back to that. If not, I'll be Diane Keaton in my late 70s with the scarf and the turtlenecks forever.
Oh, literally.
No, I look at my mom because she looks so stunning for her age, but she hates her neck. Hates her neck.
This is what happens. You can get neck lifts.
And my mom just stays wearing a turtleneck. Like, especially fall, winter, you will always see her wearing a turtleneck or like a little scarf. Pay attention.
Okay. Oh my God. You just like, she had her thing going and you just exposed her.
Listen, there's tips and tricks that we all use.
Yeah. We're not going to gatekeep
but
that, I guess.
She still looks so chic, so you would never know that's happening. And she also does just love a turtleneck.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
She's like,
I don't know. I feel like
very classy.
I feel like when I wear a turtleneck, I'm in a neck brace.
I love a turtleneck.
Okay.
It depends. Just like a basic.
I feel like a floating head. It's not
it elongates the neck.
Yeah, you're very demure, so you can.
Oh, demure, not this word. Oh, very mindful. Very cutesy.
Demure. What is it? Mindful, demure, cutesy?
Yeah. It's funny because
Where
talking
the fuck
about
did that come from?
TikTok.
Well, yeah, but it's like so
really,
hot
I think
all
it's
of a
like
sudden.
maybe the nanny. She started it. They have like clips from that.
That's really funny.
But speaking of moms, like I feel like I am a mixture. Like my mom is so Jackie O, like Audrey Hepburn vibes. Like her palette is black, white, tan, and a little red, like a tiny bit, like the Burberry color palette.
A classic girl.
And I like to be that girl sometimes, but I also love to be like my colorful little
You
self.
are that
So
girl
I have like the
sometimes,
mix of both, where my mom is just street classic, and I wonder if I'll ever. It's very like capsule wardrobe, Claire.
I think that. Well, I like that though, because I think that when you get older, like you can get stuck in certain like whatever eras of your style.
Yeah.
So I like that she was like, no, you know what? We're just going classic.
We're going classic. It never goes out of style.
It's very chic. It's smart.
You're right.
I like that.
Okay.
Go off, Claire.
Go off. On to the next one.
Okay.
Open the Roth IRA in your early 20s. I've worked from 13, and I've had jobs that had like little retirement plans, like when I was doing certain things. But then I became a hairstylist, and that is not how that goes. So you have to open your own. And I mean, I opened it maybe 5 years ago, but the earlier the better.
No, I mean, actually, that's pretty good. At 27, that's really good.
Yeah.
To open it, because there's a lot of people in their 30s that don't have that.
It's just, I'm trying to set yourself up for success.
It's so hard because like things are so expensive right now.
Oh my gosh.
And also I am a girly that likes things. Like,
yeah, we like things.
I want to get my filler. I want to get my Botox. I want to go shopping. I want a nice gym membership, good groceries. I want all the fucking things. And that is expensive.
Expensive.
I don't feel like putting money away for a later Lanette.
I know, because if you have this mindset that's like, well, we could die tomorrow.
And
so
that's my issue.
That's my issue a lot of the times.
Yeah.
Totally, I get it.
And I'm going to die with a retirement account.
Yeah.
And who's it going to go to?
Well, it's more about like when you retire, you have a little cushion. But
no, I'm saying if I were to die tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Who's going to get my little
chunk of change?
Yeah. Because with my job now, I am aggressively saving for retirement because they take it right out of my paychecks.
Yeah.
Who's that going to? Cash?
Yeah.
Like my mom?
Yeah. And also just read more about financial success and support. And I know it's like at the time you're not thinking that way. And I remember my mom saying to me, because she was a single mom, she was like, the most important thing you can do right now is make sure your credit is always great.
Yeah.
Because like she got screwed over, you know, in her relationship and then had to like pick up all the things. Yeah. And she was like, in order for us to have this, this, and this, like, you know, you have to have good credit for a lot of things, buying a house, all the things. So that was always very taken into consideration and saving, but could have been better. But it's never too late either.
No, it's not. I mean, if you don't have a savings, just like start saving.
Yeah.
You know, it's
little by little.
Too late.
Little by little. We're not experts, but
no, you know. But definitely, like, even if you need to get a financial advisor, that's what I have, because I'm like, I don't know, and I don't care enough. Like, I know that it's important, but I don't care.
Same.
So I need someone to be like,
no, you need to care about that.
I need like an old man from Staten Island to be like, look, this is where you should be putting your money. Shout out Neil, I love you.
Oh, is that him from Staten Island?
Yes.
This is where you need to be putting your money, kid.
Yeah. Neil, he's like a Jewish man in his like 60s from Staten Island.
I love.
He's like, this is what we're doing. Can we do this? Can we do this? Can we invest here? Can we do this? And I'm just like, yeah. Because I don't know. But
well, yeah, my guy too. I'm like, just do it for me, because I don't know what any of the market means. And I wish I did, to be honest, but I also don't care.
And that is like, I know.
Like I don't
We're just
have
girls
the
that don't care.
I don't have the brain capacity to study the market.
And it makes money every year, and I'm just like,
and I'm like, and they're like, you know, you should put your money in this time. Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, Bitcoin. I'm like, is that good or bad now? I don't know. I can't keep up.
I don't know where the stock market is.
Where is it? I watched a video last night of an old man saying gold. You should invest in gold. I'm like, again? Like, are we here again?
Wait, oh, really?
Like actual gold bars? Like, what are we doing?
We're just stacking them. We're like, is this
so? If any financial advisors that listen to us, maybe let us know in the comments what your thoughts are. We're not experts, but we are saving and we are doing our due diligence.
Do your best.
Just do your best. In your 20s, you're not thinking of it because it's like, fuck it, YOLO all day.
Even if you just throw like $100 into a savings account every month,
just
save some fucking money because I promise you will need it.
Okay. Yeah, I agree.
I am replacing a full $40,000 roof right now. I promise you, you will need it.
You need that ish.
Yeah. Oh my God. I'm dead at Neil. It's so funny. And honestly, I do want to say too, like, look through your account, make sure he's not like robbing you. But
that's true.
And I've had my guy since I was 16. So
trust.
Yeah, you got to trust the person. But once you like trust the person, like, yeah, go through your statements. But yeah, highly recommend having someone help you if you're the girls that don't care.
Yeah, just think about it. It's it's annoying stuff that you need to like do in addition to taxes and doctor appointments, but like you just need to do it.
Health insurance and
set yourself up for success.
Yeah.
So that's definitely a kind of boring, ridiculous one to say, but it's valuable. It's valuable, ladies. Okay,
right? Because I don't want to be working forever.
No. I'm working my butt off to not do that.
Yeah.
So,
right. All right.
Next.
Let's see. Okay. The way that people treat you says more about them than you.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, if I would have known that earlier, I could have avoided a lot of, like, weird feelings.
Yeah.
Like, now if somebody's weird, I'm like, oh God, they must be having like a bad day. Like, literally, I'm convinced nothing's about me. Like,
no, that's another powerful moment when you realize nothing is about you.
No.
You are not the main character. And also
in this world, yes.
Yes, in your own world. But if you're with someone who's not treating you properly, like the way they're treating you, and if it's not well, it's not about you. It's about them. Because they don't 100%. They're so like sad within themselves and they're dealing with their own stuff, and it has nothing to do with you.
Like, everyone is their own main character, and the way that they treat you and certain behaviors that they have and actions that they take are all just like projections of like what they have going on.
I didn't learn that till the big old age of 30.
Yeah.
The big young age of 30, if I may add. But yeah, I didn't realize that until post-divorce.
Well, right, because you're like, why are people hurting me? Why would they say that? And I think that people who haven't realized that are often people who get so caught up in gossip or so caught up in drama because they don't realize that you're battling something that's like, it's not even about you.
Yeah, and also with yourself. Like, I also put it on myself with dealing with someone who is hurting you and you trying to convince them to love you.
Mm-hmm. Like, that's a you thing.
That's a you thing.
100%.
And that's also like, you got to check yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Check yourself before you wreck yourself, ladies.
Definitely. Like, if you're feeling insecure in a relationship or like I constantly want attention, like, you have to be like, oh, this is a me thing. It's not that he's not giving me attention. Right. It's that I am dying for attention. And what is this about?
Correct.
You know, and maybe they're not giving you attention. I mean, like, really look at the situation. But when it's very clear that that's not what's going on, but you're still feeling it, like, that's you, girly.
Yeah. One of my favorite quotes is, here we go again.
Here we go. Here she is.
Here we go.
Alexis's quote book. I'm making you a book.
But it's true. People can only meet you as deeply as they've met themselves.
Yes. Amen.
It is such a good one. And if I have to repeat that again, you really need to listen to it. Like, people can only meet you as deeply as they meet themselves, especially in your 20s, especially even now. Like, you think guys grow up, and especially if you're dating in your early 20s, they are not ready. They are not ready. Do not take them serious. But there even are guys who are in their 30s doing this. And you're just like, there's people who just carry their trauma with them. Mm-hmm. And and you're just trying to like get them to shake them, but it's not about you. They need to figure that out, just like you need to figure your stuff out.
A lot of people are just living very like, they're like just floating along on the surface, kind of making it.
Yeah.
And if you're a person, like we have met ourselves very deeply, we're like very deep, very intuitive, like you can't, like you just don't match.
Yeah. Simple as that.
There's no point in even
you're not aligned.
Trying to align with that because it doesn't work.
It doesn't work. That's a really good one. I guess that comes with a good, like, it's a good segue to say another one is just sign up for therapy as soon as you can. I know it's not accessible to a lot and it's hard sometimes to find somebody, but do what you can to just really deep dive within yourself and take that time, as annoying as it may feel, especially in your early 20s or 30s, because it really can prevent a lot of things that happen, you know, in the future. I think if I went earlier and discovered why I am the way I am, maybe I wouldn't have people pleased as hard. And I wouldn't have said as many, like I'm now setting boundaries. I'm now realizing, oh, you're people pleasing. You're not really listening to what you want to do.
When did you start therapy?
29.
Okay.
Late. Yeah. Like when I was leaving.
Well, I think that there's typically a reason that pushes people into therapy.
It's not just, it's so perceived as saying like, you don't need to necessarily have a major issue in your life to go. But in my head and the way I was raised, it was like, that's why you go. But that's not the case.
That's why most people start. Yeah.
Yeah.
My first therapy session ever, I was like 14, I think.
Wow.
And I think maybe 15.
That's amazing.
I think I was having like a lot of anxiety and depression, like even very, very young. And my parents were like, okay, like let's get her to somebody.
Yeah.
So I went and I remember, I think I did like 3 sessions and it was crying to the point that I like couldn't breathe the whole time. As a kid, that shit is hard.
Yeah, of
and
course.
You don't realize like all the trauma or whatever like stuff that you have until someone's prodding at you.
Yeah.
And I think I stopped because it was just like too intense to be that young.
Yeah.
Experiencing that. My parents were like, whoa, hold on, sister.
Let's slow it down.
Yeah. So I did that a couple of times and then I restarted like in my like mid 20s. I've been like on and off, but yeah, I think it's very different in your 30s.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. But I do recommend, cause it just helps you meet yourself more deeply.
Yeah. I feel like it's a way more normalized with Gen Z, right?
Is who the kids are.
Who the kids are.
The kids.
I think it's way more normalized now for them, which I'm obsessed with. And I love that they're like immediately like, yes, I should be doing that. And I should be finding my deeper self, where when I was at that age, I was not even thinking of going to therapy just because I was never encouraged and it was never a normal practice in my life or my family. It was just not. Yeah. But looking back at the amount of things we all went through, like my dad leaving, my brother's accident, like there was so much that you don't realize affects you long term. So I wish for everyone to, if they can, and if you have access to it, consult a therapist.
Do a little check-in.
Journal it out. Even if it's just journaling your thoughts. Like if you can't find a therapist, like you don't think you have all this in your brain, but you do.
Oh, I broke out the journal today. Because, okay, wait, I have one more and then I have to fucking tell you something.
Okay. Oh.
I have to say something. I have something to say.
We have something to say, babes.
All right. My last very important one. And for the rest of my days, everyone hold me to this. You're not meant to be a blonde. You are a dark hair girly. You can get level 5 highlights if you want.
Yeah.
If we want to balayage a little bit, go off. Platinum blonde is not for you.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen me blonde?
I haven't. I'm so scared.
Okay. I'm so young in this picture. And so chunky and whatever.
Who is that?
I know.
You need to send me that so we can show everybody else.
It's
insane. My gosh. Stop it. That's incredible.
That's incredible. It's not for you, and you're gonna have to keep chopping your hair off because you're damaging.
Frying it. Yeah.
For that blonde, that is a level 12.
That was something.
Light.
That was what?
That hair was gum when it was wet.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
I should have just shaved my head and started over.
Yeah.
And then I made it purple.
Oh.
And then, but it was like, it wasn't even like a Robert. It was a berries and cream haircut. Like that's how short I had to make it. I needed a bowl cut because it was so dead.
Oh.
And then I went down the extensions route. Like just leave your hair alone. Just leave it alone.
Yeah. I think if you're also like a brown-eyed girl, I'm not saying you can't be a blonde.
These are hazel. So
you can vary, but I feel like putting a light blonde again on yourself, it's just not going to do anything.
It's not.
For your eyebrows, all the things.
The eyebrows were always a problem.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to lighten them. That's
no,
annoying.
it's insane.
No.
But yeah, being a hairstylist in my career, you've come to realize that like, no, not everybody has to be blonde. And I've been so okay with being like, no, it's not for you. I think everyone has a variation of blondes. I think everyone has a variation of red. Like if you ever want to try these colors, but like my red strawberry blonde could not go on Lanette. It would be one tone.
No,
in her face.
That is
like,
I am that color.
Yeah, so it's like
I can't.
It only things work, and you need to trust your stylist when they tell you no, or just don't do that. Like, don't go dump bleach on your head when you're in your college years. I know some of you do it,
doing it,
but
well, and I was in hair school, so I was
experimental on deck
all the time. Yeah.
It's funny being a hairstylist. I was never like the adventurous. I want to color my hair different colors. I mean, I don't know why. I just never was like, oh yeah, I want to be purple or I want to be dark brown. Like I never did. I'm very grateful. I definitely had variations of red that I'm like, that was a choice.
Oh my God. I have pictures of you from when we did smack parlor shoots. Oof. Like when I would do the makeup for the shoots.
Yeah.
Your hair is like ginger.
It's flames.
Red.
No,
you were finding yourself like.
I was also an apprentice at the salon, and I was just like, I definitely want to be in the red family now. But I had a stylist who was like, I want to try all these different coppers on you because it's really, and they were stunning. Like the colors of them were stunning. But I look back and I'm like, yeah, that wasn't me. Like this is me.
This is perfect.
Yeah, this is who I am.
Very you.
So I agree.
But yeah, so
blonde isn't for everyone.
I think it could
embrace
be like,
the dark.
I think it could be like very sexy, like slutty, but in a wig.
In a wig.
I should not.
You're not Kim Kardashian where you can just like bleach out. I don't know. I just feel like I curse sometimes.
Oh, I curse all the time.
Like just bleach your hair out every second, and then the next month you're dark again.
Did you see the picture of her? Some hairstylist like zoomed in on Kim Kardashian's scalp, and it's all those like micro tape ones up here at the front, and then I think she has like wefts, and her actual hair is just like dead.
It's probably short. To here. Yeah, I can imagine.
Berries and cream. It should have never choice.
Like, you're Armenian. What are we doing?
She looks good dark, and yes, it's so like sexy.
And she looks very cool. Yeah, with her ashy white.
Girl, but
just save your hair, ladies. You're not a celebrity, and if you can afford those incredible wigs, go off. I'd love that for you, Moira Rose. Like, I think that's great.
Yeah.
But just really take care of your hair.
It's not for me. I am a dark.
Take care of your hair. Take care of your skin.
Mm-hmm.
Double cleanse.
Take care of your life.
All of the things.
Cleanse, go to therapy.
Double cleanse, go to therapy.
Oh, we just made our 22-year-old self so busy.
So busy.
Open an IRA. Double cleanse.
But now, like, looking ahead, like, we have kids. Like, I don't want to ever be that pressure mom, but I feel like you can be like, hey, you should probably, like, do that.
Oh, I already know. Like, if I were to have children, I'm the type of mom that will just do it for them. And that's terrible. I'm an enabler, and I know that.
Well, let's get to that before that happens, if that happens, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
We'll address that in therapy prior to doing it.
I think my final one, and it could be, again, contradictory, because I'm a very much, like, everything happens for a reason, girly. And, you know, we learn from everyone. Sometimes in your 20s and even in your 30s when you're refining yourself, like, people come into your life just to be fucking assholes. And I think that's like okay to accept as well. I do learn from them most of the times, but sometimes it's just like, nope, there was actually no reason. And that was a big waste of time. And it's okay to not find a silver lining in every single moment. It can just suck.
I love that. Yeah.
And just to be real. I know I come off as like Miss Little Buddha sometimes, but that's also real.
No, sometimes, sometimes things suck and they just suck because they do.
And they're not nice.
Like, not everything is a healing journey.
Correct. You don't have to always be on this healing journey.
Right.
Like, we're always going to be like discovering new parts of ourselves throughout our whole life. So Don't put too much pressure on yourself to like find a reason all the time.
I saw a thing recently that was like, you guys, like the healing journey, like does end at some point. Like we can't, like, I don't think we should just always be in a healing journey.
Yeah.
You know, because I think right now it's like on social media, it's like healing, how to heal, how to deal with a narcissist,
it's a lot.
How to da-da-da. And it's like sometimes like, let's just live. Like it's not every moment isn't a learning lesson and every moment isn't healing and like you're just living. Like,
Agreed.
And yes, life is a journey and you should learn from things, but not everything
has to be
is a thing.
Yeah. It's exhausting to live life like that.
Right.
It really becomes really exhausting. So, well, we would love to like hear from you guys too. If you have any little tidbits, like what would you tell your early 20-year-old self or just your younger self in general?
Oh my God. Wait, I have to tell you my thing.
What's your thing?
Alexis.
What? It's
divorce paper filing day.
Oh,
did I tell you that when you walked in? I forgot.
What?
I'm going to file for divorce today.
Woohoo! Let's go. Cheers. I wish this wasn't coffee now, but it's fine.
It's fine.
We have
10 a.m.
We are going to have like a divorce party too at some point with our listeners.
We will.
We're going to set that up probably in the fall at some point.
It's the fucking day, which is why I'm in space buns.
The space buns are so good.
I said earlier.
Only like you look so cute in them.
I love space buns, but I was saying to you earlier, space buns are my power move. Like I am most powerful in space buns.
Yes.
Because not everyone can do space buns.
Yeah.
I am silly and I'm hot.
Period.
And powerful in my fucking space buns. And it is divorce day.
D-Day, baby. Let's go.
Going to that courthouse today, bitches.
She's going to walk in a power suit, like she said
space
before.
Buns locked and loaded.
Conservative, but sexy with space buns.
Not conservative at all, but
I just said that. I don't know why.
It is like, it's heavy Lanette energy.
Oh, I'm so excited for this. Yeah. What a great day.
So
the weather's gorgeous. What a gorgeous day to do it.
Listen, the universe is like, girl, go off. The weather is perfect. Robert is Roberting.
Correct.
I am tan.
You are tan. I was going to tell you that. You look great.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I am tan. I unfortunately have to see my ex-husband today, but that is fine because it's fucking divorce day, bitches.
We're getting there. We're doing it. It's about to get done.
Okay.
Woo-hoo.
So call me later when I'm crying.
Okay. Yep. I'll be there. I'll be on there. I'll be on there. I'll step away from my client and be like, what's up, girlie? Tell me what's happening.
Yeah. So this is it.
Yeah.
Here we are.
I love that. Oh my God. Then that means we'll hear from your story very soon.
We can have a divorce party and a story time and a divorce cake.
Yes.
Okay, wait. So when I file, do I get to be divorced today?
You'll get a decree in the mail, and that's when you'll really feel like
when
you'll file it. And I feel like it takes like maybe up to a week or two.
Oh, that's so short
to get like the actual decree.
Okay.
Yeah.
But what happens today? They just stamp something?
Yeah. I mean, my girl was cute because it was a friend of a friend, and she was like, be a little more personal with me, but she was like, all right, congratulations, you're divorced.
Okay.
So it does feel like it is today because really it's just paperwork coming in the mail to be like, this is definite.
I want to see the paperwork. I want to lay my eyes on that shit.
I don't know if you can see the decree today, but you'll see
the
fee and all that stuff.
There's another fee?
I think there's a
fee. I already
fee.
paid like $350 for this.
All right, then maybe it's not.
That's it. So that's today.
Let's go.
Let's fucking go.
Let's fucking go. On to a new life. We love that for us.
Yes, it is step one in feeling finally like released. Then sell the house. Released. And I am my own girly.
Oh, yes. We're going to get some merch to celebrate.
Some merch, a cake, a party.
All the things. We're going to start setting this up for the fall. Things.
Yes.
Stay tuned.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Love you, ladies.
Love you.
Have a great week.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Right below. You know how it goes.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Mwah.